Good evening. First, it was just temporary, and now cruise ships bound for Alaska could sail past BC permanently.
New legislation before the U.S. Senate could mean a multi-billion-dollar blow to those who rely on cruise ship tourism in our province. CTV's Bender Sajid joins us from Ogden Point in Victoria, where there is concern tonight about the future of the industry. Bender.
Typical summer night, you might see a large cruise ship or even two, and tourists taking in the sights. But of course, all of that stopped with the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, one U.S. senator is questioning why American tourists are stopping here at all. A tune-up how many of the bikes at the Peddler cycling tours are going for a spin these days. 40% of the business here comes from cruise ships.
It's just going to devastate downtown if those cruise ships stop coming here. The amount of money they pump into the city, it's unbelievable.
A U.S. senator this week introducing a bill to repeal a law that says American cruise ships must stop in a, quote, foreign port.
This new overture by the junior senator from Utah is certainly a complicating factor, to be sure, but not one that we could have predicted.
Cruise ships are banned from anchoring in Canada during the pandemic. That prompted the passing of a U.S. bill temporarily allowing ships to bypass Canada. Even that came with warnings from within the province.
While there was a temporary act that was passed, there is always the risk of this becoming permanent.
The Tourism Industry Association of BC says cruises bring in $2.7 billion of business here, more across Canada. The agency urging Canadian officials to lobby American lawmakers to defeat the bill. And if that doesn't work,
making sure that cruise lines do not sail up the Inside Passage and stay well outside our boundaries, which is, of course, not as nice a trip.
The Premier says he and the Transportation Minister are meeting with Ottawa to reinforce the importance of the industry. When it comes to advocacy, the opposition accusing John Horgan of missing the boat.
He dismissed it. He said it would never happen. He called it a blip. And now we are facing the potential of significant economic damage to our province.
I think the traveling public will be voting with their feet, and the people that are traveling to Alaska have to travel by British Columbia. Why in the world wouldn't they want to stop?
COVID disease affected us for 2 years, maybe 3 at the outside in terms of our business viability. This will affect us for the next 30 years. This is a permanent catastrophe.
CTV News did reach out to Ottawa to find out how the Canadian government planned to address this risk. We got back a statement that didn't have any specifics. And remember, aside from the economic impact, a lot of people rely on the cruise ship industry to make a living, and it's a future that tonight is up in the air.
Thank you, Binder.